Good morning, everyone. Well, it is morning for me, and I just wanted to vlog a little bit today because I wanted to show you a few things, especially the things that I'm going to do in the kitchen today. It's a Saturday, so a relaxed weekend. The weather outside is beautiful. We're probably going to go outside in the yard a little later and so need to mow the grass. I mean, it's so tall by now. So, I mean, we basically can't really play in the yard because the grass is so tall. So I'm going to mow the grass. Kids are going to play in the trampoline, hopefully. And hopefully that'll work out. I've never tried it. This year is the first time I'm going to try to mow the lawn with the twins being around. I'm about to make them some pancakes. Romy is still at her friend's house. She stays the entire weekend. She's not coming back till tomorrow. And I'm going to show you a few things that I'm going to do around here. So I put some beef bones. There's quite a bit of meat on there too still. I put the bones in the water, just threw some salt on top and let that simmer in the crock pot. And I already ladled some beef broth in here. And I'm going to drink that. That's going to be part of my breakfast. And I bought some pineapple. This is for the kids. This is the sausage that they like from our local butchers. There are strawberries in here, fresh ones, and I got some radishes. I have, unfortunately, yesterday, apparently, it's not focusing, apparently it didn't work when I clipped on the microphone because you are supposed to use the app and not the phone app. So that didn't work. So apparently the sound didn't come through there. So yeah, I'm going to make myself a breakfast plate and also for the kids. So this is my breakfast plate, and let me explain to you why I'm eating all this. Now, of course, fresh strawberries are now there and they're in season. Oh my goodness, I love strawberries. So berries have low glycemic index, which means that doesn't make your blood sugar spike, which is all good. I put some pineapple in there because pineapple has a high content of bromelain, and bromelain is supposed to be really good for fertility. Now, yes, I'm just doing a frozen embryo transfer, but anything that's good for overall fertility, although I'm not trying to use my own eggs, everything that helps my body is good. Then I just cut up some cucumbers and some radishes that are fresh right now too, and they looked so good. I went to the farmer's market this morning, and I have 2 fried eggs, and I put a little bit of herbs. The eggs for the protein, because protein is very important to get. And then I'm also drinking, this is just a cup of water, and I put ginger shot in. Ginger because of its anti-inflammatory properties. And then I'm going to share with you in a little bit what kind of supplements I take right now. I'm about to start my bread dough. You can't see this. There's the light. Where the rubber band is, I always put the rubber band on. I fed it last night. And it went up really nice. You could see the nice bubbles. Okay, let's start some bread dough, and then I can do some stretch and folds whenever, my experience is, sourdough is actually very forgiving. There's all this science about it. It sounds very sciencey sometimes. You have to do this very accurately, but I found even when I don't feed it, when I take it out of the fridge, my theory is if I'm feeding sourdough and it rises like this, what if I just put it in the bowl and mix it with just the bread flour to make bread dough? It's gonna act the same way. It has food, right? Basically. So yes, 100. Oh my goodness, there's literally not even 5 minutes without them arguing. It's like, what did she take now? Did you want this? Oh, she's all this bottle stuff. Okay. They're always arguing. Okay, you know what? She had it first. Now you want it. Come on, let her have it now. And I'll pick it all up later. All right, let me go through my supplements, all the things I'm taking. Let's start right over here. This is iodine derived from kelp. Good for your thyroid. And I had this tested a few years ago. My TSH was just a little bit high, and it was like 3.4 or something, and it went down to 2.1 even after 2 months of just taking this. So my thyroid just needed some iodine, and I don't use iodized salt because I feel like you can't really know how much you're getting. So instead of that, I use iodine, and I take one, I think it has like 50, is it milligrams, micrograms, whatever it is, but it has the daily dosage. Then I take magnesium, and I take quite a bit of it. Every time I feel a muscle twitch, I know I don't have enough magnesium, and I do work out every day. And I feel like, especially when you have a lot going on, when there's stress on your body, magnesium is always good. And I'm taking magnesium citrate. I read up on it, and I don't know, one of my podcasts, like my health and fitness podcasts, they said magnesium citrate is really good. There are different forms of magnesium, and there's argument of like there are different kinds of magnesiums that have different, I don't know, they work really well for different purposes. Like if you want to go to sleep, I think it's even still a different kind. This is NAC, I think NAC, that's what you say, N-acetyl L-cysteine, and I just started this about a week ago, maybe a little less than a week ago, because I read that this is actually one of the researched supplements that has a positive effect on your fertility. And again, I'm not trying to improve egg quality or anything, but anything that helps anything in my body that has to do with anything reproductive, which overall health always has. This is for, this helps your mitochondria, which are the energy providers of your cells. So this helps every cell, so it can only be good. And there's actually research on this. There are tons of supplements, but there's not enough research. This is just a 30 milligram iron. I don't take this consistently, just when I feel like I didn't get enough iron in my diet. Like sometimes I eat a steak and then I don't take it, of course, but maybe I'll take this 2 or 3 times a week just to make sure my iron levels are good. Then I take enzyme Q10, and that's also researched that it has a positive effect on your fertility because it helps your cell metabolism. I take zinc, it's really important for your immune system and so many functions. Now we get to the herbs right here. This is ashwagandha. This is my trio right here. I feel like ashwagandha, Vitex, it has the German name, Mönchspfeffer, and Maca. I started having a little bit of hot flashes a few months ago. And when I started taking these 3 together, nothing, 0 symptoms of anything menopausal, 0. I'm turning 50 this year, so I don't know. It is only doing good. I think these are adaptogens, meaning they balance out hormones overall. It's not like you're taking a hormone. It's not about having a hormone, like a lot of the hormone replacement therapy, which if anyone needs it, I think it's all good. But for me personally, I'm always thinking that nature probably didn't make a mistake. And I feel like since we don't live with nature anymore, that's maybe why a lot of women nowadays have a lot of problems with menopausal symptoms. And I feel like, taking anything natural is my first choice. Now, if that didn't work, I may think about something else, but it works so perfectly and I feel so good. So ashwagandha, Vitex, and maca. And this is like a maca with vitamin C. You take it in combination and your body can absorb it better. This is cod liver oil, omega-3s. It's in the natural form. It's not just, the oil. It's omega-3 and it has vitamin A, D, and E also naturally in it. Then, lastly, I take turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory, and it really does help the gut. In combination with a ginger shot I put in my water every single day. And also one other thing that I use every day that you don't see here because I just use it in my food, I actually make a rooibos latte, so with rooibos tea and then some milk on top, and then I put pretty much 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in there, And cinnamon is really good to even out your blood sugar levels so there's not a spike. So in combination with everything else I do, I feel like this is a good regimen. I also drank some herbal teas. I have red raspberry leaf tea. It actually tastes good too, which is good for your uterine lining. Yeah, and then I kind of cycle around a few herbs. I also take some seeds and nuts every single day. I have a handful of I mix together like walnuts, cashews, hazelnuts, like all my favorite nuts. And of course, walnuts are great. There are healthy fats in there. It's all great for your brain. I always say walnut looks like a brain, and it's also good for the brain. I always tell my children, eat these little brains. It's really good for your brains. And actually, the little ones, they love walnuts, and they eat them quite frequently. Seeds too, like sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds. Have those every day. I mix them into my yogurt. Normally during the weekday, I always have yogurt in the mornings. It's easy to make. I just mix it in the evenings, and then I put some berries on top, and maybe some protein powder and my seeds. Flaxseed is something I have every single day too, and chia seeds. So even though I'm using donor embryos, it doesn't matter, because everything else, it's really just those 2 cells that I'm not providing. Everything else, my body has to do the work. So I feel like the healthier I can be and the more energized and the better my cells are in shape, the pregnancy is better supported. And thanks everyone who has so far commented on my last video about choosing an embryo. I haven't made a final decision yet, but it does help to kind of hear someone else's thought process. Like, what would you do if you were in this situation? And there's a lot to consider. I kind of also think always about more of the long term. I'm someone, I would take the hard work any day if I know that in a few years down the road, this is exactly what I want. Like, I don't shy away from doing something that's very, very hard for a short amount of time for the reward of having something amazing down the road. So I always think like, what about 2 years from now and 5 years from now? What's going to make the biggest difference? And what do I want my life to look like? So, but thanks everyone. And there is value, and you have to think of the here and now, because I also have children. For them, it's very important, the here and now. I don't want to get into a situation where I neglect any of them, and I stretch myself way too thin to where maybe the next 2 years I can't provide being like a quality mother. I don't want to go there, but these are just all thought process, and it's still processing. I haven't made a final decision yet, but it's Saturday, so I have a couple days until I am going to contact the clinic and tell them what I've decided. It is Sunday afternoon. I did mow the lawn yesterday, clean up the yard a bit, and hang up a new swing that we got. It's one of those nest swings. It's kind of, you can lie in it, and it's so cool. And Emil initially really loved it, and they're not too interested in it. So I've been lying in it and kind of chilling, which is nice. So I'm in the kitchen again, and I baked a loaf of bread. There is the loaf of sourdough bread. Actually turned out really well. This is dough. I just made this earlier today. This is for making pretzels, like soft pretzels. I'm gonna make those now. And over here, I actually just moved it and it kind of deflated. It was so bubbly. This is for pizza that we're gonna make tonight for the kids. I'm not gonna eat pizza. I am gonna eat some sourdough bread probably now. We haven't had lunch. I had oatmeal for breakfast. Very quick and easy. Just, just oats and milk, literally. And my protein powder. And I'm just gonna make that for the kids too. I'm not gonna eat the pretzels. And by the way, here, in this pot, I think I did show you. There's sauerkraut in there. My mom brought this nice big pot, and there's this entire pot is filled with sauerkraut. It's not quite done fermenting. I think in another week's time I can start eating it. Okay, so I shaped 8 pretzels. There's always 4 on one sheet, and then I put baking soda in water. I'm about to boil that, and then I'm gonna put each pretzel in there for about 30 seconds or so, and then I will bake them in the oven. Okay, first pretzels in there. I just do one at a time. It's only 30 seconds. And Romy just came home from her friends from the weekend and all, so perfect timing. We're gonna have fresh pretzels in a little bit. Okay, all the kids are eating pretzels. She's just eating the tops off. Romy is eating it with some sausage on there, some lunch meat, and oh, I need to put that dog food away. Uh-oh, and he has, are you gonna take that big pretzel? I gave you a plate, but that's a big pretzel. That's a big one. It's gonna fall apart if he just plays around with it. Essen, 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 Essen. It's still quite warm, actually. Maybe that's... Komm, tu's auf den Teller. Bitte. No? No plate? Okay. We went to the yard and we all took baths, and now we're all drinking smoothies. It's cherry and strawberry. I put some Greek yogurt in and a banana and some protein powder, vanilla, because the taste is good. No, Ma? Okay, you get more. It is Monday. I'm in my office and it's calm and it's quiet. Well, not really. The twins are actually right outside this door right here, and my babysitter's with them. They're in the backyard because it's beautiful weather. It's been so warm suddenly. It's really atypical for April. Sometimes it could be, but so yesterday I made some homemade pizza for the kids, and then we had an early evening. One of the twins fell asleep at 7:30. They didn't have a nap. So sometimes that happens to where they don't nap when we sleep in, kind of on the weekend. Sometimes they don't nap, but they fell asleep. Emil Phyllis fell asleep at 7:30. There was 7. There was nothing I could do to keep him from falling asleep. I wanted to go to bed real early, and then Lola fell asleep at 7:30. So I'm like, okay, let's bring them both upstairs. So we brought them both upstairs, and then they slept. It was a little bit of a restless night. They woke up a couple times, and I don't know, it was also warm, and then I opened the window, and maybe that was all a little unusual. But I did come to a decision. Dog is barking because she hears them out there. I came to a decision, but I'm going to make another video with the reasoning, and thank y'all for all of your comments. Sometimes it's helpful to kind of hear, maybe I really was wanting to hear not just an opinion of like what I should do, but really like the reasoning behind. Maybe there are some other things I hadn't thought about, the ethical, the health thing. What about my kids now and the future? There are a lot of things to consider, but I'm going to make an additional video just about that. And I'm actually about to record an entire video course about singing that I'm going to put on Skillshare. I've been in contact with them, and this week is designated to create that entire course. It's going to be quite a bit of time spent on that, but I'm excited because that's basically going to be passive income. And I've been doing courses for many years, several years, more than 5 years, and Skillshare is another platform. I have been reluctant to share on any other platform because I don't want to get into have so many different things, but in this case it's really high quality, and to be represented there could really help my brand overall. So yes, thanks for watching this vlog. I'm going to be back with another video, which is going to be a sit-down video with some updates about my decision, about how many embryos, and what's going on there. Talk later. Bye-bye.